All right, let's do it. All right, everybody, Chad Taylor here. We are live. It is May 11th, and I'm on a run right now. I'm 4 days in where I'm committed to doing a video a day. Every single day for the next month, I'm going to do a video. Now, last night, I was looking at my schedule that I had today, and I'm like, how is that going to happen? Because the time frames that I have, especially all the editing that I do to each one, and I just knew it was not going to happen. So earlier today, I realized I have to do it live. And so I think it'll be a really, really good thing. Also, let me back up a sec. The subject tonight is the firmament. What is the firmament? And so just a heads up, that's what we're going to be covering here. And right now, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to hit start. We're doing 10-minute video here, starting right now. Okay? So, in 10 minutes or less. Now, I realized earlier today, didn't have time, going to do it live. And so, which is great because I'm kind of a perfectionist by nature, and I have a list of like 25 or so videos that I want to do, and I take so long for each one because I want to do the best that I possibly can. And so they just tend to take a very long time, and I don't want to take a long time. I want to get content out there. I want to get these subjects out there, and I want to share these with you. So if you guys would do me a favor, and in the description box below, let me know if you guys like this and like this live deal, because I have a pretty hectic schedule throughout the day, and if I can do this live and save hours and hours of editing and making things kind of look the best that I think they can, it'd be great. So, all right, the subject of the firmament. Now, okay, I'm going to be going from my book, Where Are We? Earth According to the Bible. Most of you guys are probably well aware of that. So, if you go back to page 289, and I'm actually going to, yeah, so on page, yeah, sticker fell off. So, let me show you guys right here. So, now you guys, let me scroll down. So, I'm looking on here. All right, scroll down, 289. So you guys can see what I'm looking at here. For more information, next page, 289. So on here, if you scroll in here, firmament, there we are. So page 4, 8, 10, 32, 128. So in the book, you know, all the words that are underlined in all the examples, if you go back to this 4 pages in the back, the dictionary section, you can see the list of every time in the book the word firmament is used. So on these pages, so 4, 8, 10, 32, 128. Well, let's go check it out. So, this is also InDesign, just in case you're wondering. This is where I assembled the book. Okay, so 4, 8, 10. All right, so over here. Now, page 4? No, I'm sorry, that was page 2. I was confused. Okay, so day 2. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, divide the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. So it's some kind of barrier of some sort. Also, if you go down, so the next one, let there be a vault. That's the NIV. ESV says, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters. Let it separate the waters from the waters. And this is interesting. The NRSV, God said, let there be a dome in the midst of the waters. So you have the firmament, you have a vault, some kind of an expanse in the midst of the waters, and a dome. So if that gives you an idea. Now, the one thing is, you know, a lot of us with this subject, growing up Christian, and you read these words, and that's what I was stumbling over. If you read the beginning of the book, and my first example in the very beginning in the introduction, is this made no sense to me. This, you hear about the Big Bang. What the heck could that, you know, how we picture the Big Bang and we picture all this, that kind of cosmology and that kind of events happening, and we try to fit our Bible into how we're told. Well, how does this firmament thing fit into the Big Bang? Well, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. And some people might get their panties in a twist, and especially people who have a lot of things vested in this, and people who have a lot of years and years and years of preaching the same thing over and over and over, might have a very hard time letting go of certain things. Well, we try to fit in the world, and what the world tells us is the truth, and then you have the Bible. So we have to decide, what are we going to believe? Which one is more true? And you have to decide that. I've made my decision. I think the world is full of BS completely. If you look at the Bible, what the Bible says, comparing God to the world, and I talk about that in the book, is we have to expect the world and what the world embraces to be pretty much opposite of what God wants for us, and opposite of the truth, which would be lies. So you see, what is the world embracing? Well, the world embraces this thing called evolution. The world embraces this thing called the Big Bang. Notice how they're theories, and theory of evolution, but it's taught to our kids as fact, and the theory of the Big Bang Theory. And anyway, so let's get going here. I'm on a tight time schedule here. So I have to have this video done by midnight, before midnight. So I've been, so anyway, same thing, under the heavens, under the sky. So it was so it was 4, 8. It's 4, 8. Okay, so scroll down. So firmament, same thing. Let there be lights in the firmament of the, I'm sorry if I'm too loud, in the firmament of the heavens. So when the sun, moon, and stars are placed in the firmament, lights in the firmament to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, for seasons, for days and years. Let them be for lights in, keyword right here, in, can you, oh, my bad, in the firmament. Okay, this is on page 8 here that we're at. So, and I'm sorry that I messed that up. Please forgive me. I'll get a little bit better with this as time goes on. In the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made 2 great lights. 2, the number 2. So this being underlined, if you look in the back of the book, it has a definition for what the word 2 is. And great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Notice how stars versus the greater light. So as far as the world tells us the sun is a star. The Bible tells us otherwise. You decide who is right. And God set them in the firmament. So God set 2 great lights, meaning the sun and moon. So the greater light, meaning the sun, to rule the day, and the lesser light, meaning the moon, to rule the night. He made the stars also. Sounds pretty simple so far, right? And guess what he did? He set them in the firmament. So that dome thing, that vault, that expanse on day 2 right here, okay, that we read about for the first time on day 2 on page 4 in the book, God set them inside of that structure to give light upon the earth. 2 great lights. That's another key also. Not one light and the other one reflecting one. 2 great lights. If you take a telescope on a bright moonlit night, shine it at the moon, it's almost blinding. It's extremely bright. There's a lot of aspects to the moon. This is not this topic that we're on tonight, but the moon giving off a cooling light is not explainable. Okay. Okay, let me turn this back on. I apologize. I didn't turn it on last time. Page 10. Okay. Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that hath life, the fowl that fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Same thing. Okay, so let me skip down. I have a minute and a half left. All right, on page, it was page 32. Scroll down here, and if you notice how everything builds on what you've already read. So, for those of you guys that have already read the book, this will all make sense to you. Page 32. Faster, faster. 32. Psalm 19:1, which is on the headstone of Werner von Braun, the ex-Nazi most famous rocket scientist. Psalm 19:1, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Psalm 19:1 is on the most famous rocket scientist's headstone. If you want to look that up, it's really interesting. Why would that be? Is he telling us something from the grave literally? The firmament proclaims his handiwork. So if you watch this, okay, I'm running out of time here. But if you look through all the images from the book, how everything builds upon itself. I love this image here. This is, God drew a circle on the face of the deep. A circle. Circle does not mean sphere. Other places it talks about the, no, time's up. Okay, that's that. Thanks for the reminder because I'm getting off topic. All right. So there we have it. Firmament. It is a hard domed structure above the earth. Also, and I really like these. Strong's Concordance. Firmament 17 times in the King James. Right here. Quite a few of those are in the book. And yeah, so the firmament is a hard dome structure above the still motionless earth that is set on pillars, that is not moving, that is fixed, immovable. And that firmament, and when God bangs on, you talk about a lot of times it says the heavens shake and the earth shaking at the same time. It's because they're connected by a firmament that's connected solid to the earth. And earthquakes in the past, severe ones that you read about in the Bible, you know, it talks about the heavens shaking and the earth shaking also, and the future events with the earthquakes that are absolutely mind-bogglingly huge. Yeah, you can picture kind of God stomping on the firmament. I don't know if that's exactly what he'll be doing, but there you have it, firmament in as quick as possible. So not an in-depth study. This is just a quick little breather, quick little example. And also, please let me know if you like this live stream, doing this live setup, and I'll be with you guys tomorrow. You can count on it. We'll talk to you soon. Let me figure out how to shut this thing off now. Let's see.